Hello guys, I'm going to be working on this piece again. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be darkening this section right here. So I'm going to put a bunch of colors on it. So I don't like the way it is. So it's going to be way more darker. Sorry I didn't upload. I actually had a video uploading. And you know what happened? The internet that I had was too slow. And I spent almost 16 hours 16 to upload a video, and of course I corrected that, and I went to Spectrum, and I had to get one of the fastest internets possible so I can record as I'm doing it right now, 4K, 60 frames per second, and upload you the best quality possible that I can manage with my phone of video, so you guys have the best possible quality. Now what I'm doing, I'm working with this part dark purple, it's PC 131 on Prismacolor, and I'm gonna be as you notice right here, darkening some sections right here. But as I've been mentioning, without going too hard on it. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I'm putting darkness on it. Darkness, right? Doesn't lack a little bit of darkness. So I'm gonna be working. By the way, as we speak, my computer is uploading the video to YouTube, the episode 2, again, because I had to cancel that upload. And for some reason, like, I don't see, I'm putting a little bit of color here, a little bit of color on this section. Also, I'm going to be putting some color right here, not a lot, but just a little bit. So let me just darken a little bit. We want that yellow to actually filter through. See, putting color right here. Of course, this big right here. But the reason I'm not going crazy, guys, with the actual blending of the colors, is because I like the texture it produces on the video. The texture I produce on this video, sorry, on the scales. Sorry about that. So now, from now on, I'm gonna be really careful what I do. So guys, next step, I wasn't using a blue color on this piece, but I'm gonna be selecting from my blue colors one, which I think is gonna be this one. Let me test it, and possibly, yeah, this one right here. But first I'm gonna sharpen. I need to get a sharpener, guys. One of those electric ones that you put the pencil in and that's it. No, I do everything manual. I'm one of those guys that I do everything myself, and I do everything the old-fashioned way. Right? Which is a little bit more troublesome, because you take longer to do stuff. But who says that you cannot take longer, right? So I'm gonna be putting softly, of course, a little bit of blue right here. So I'm gonna be mixing on this side, especially a little bit of the blue with the red. Why? Because we want to make the red kind of like darker. Which, by the way, to make it darker, I'm using PC 901, but this one is a little lighter, so PC 1027. And this is the color that it produces And what it does, it actually creates see what I mean when I press on the red, like a darker red, which is what we need right here, right? But remember, I'm pressing too much, so I'm adding the blue slowly, slowly. See? So as I go, I'm creating layers over layers, as you see right here. See? So I'm pressing too hard. I'm not pressing too hard. I'm just going with the flow, right? With the flow. You want to see as immediately as I start using it over the actual piece. How it's going to get darker. Now I gotta be careful on this section right here because I'm putting see, I'm adding the blue slowly. See what I mean? But I'm allowing the yellow to come through. What am I doing circles? Why? Because I want texture. Remember, from far away you don't want to see that much definition, but there's actually a lot of definition. That's why I'm actually putting a lot of work into recording in 4K, because 4K allows us to see as much details as we want to. I'm gonna be, see what I mean, like darkener. See, remember, I'm just going slow, right? Nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, right? But I'm darkening. Also remember, without doing, I'm not trying to go crazy right here, because the point is not going blue completely. But remember, the light that is coming from this side is blue, which you're gonna notice in a few chapters from now. Once I get to that point, it's gonna be a tree. It's gonna be glowing at night. It's gonna be one of those dark trees, and I think, and the idea for that tree to glow, I actually got it from Avatar. Remember James Cameron movie Avatar? First movie, by the way, a really nice and beautiful movie that I enjoy a lot. So see, I'm just putting a little bit of depth into the scales. Why? Because I want the scales to have a lot of depth into. Remember, this is actually a lot of difference lining that is going against the actual art. And it is producing. Now I'm gonna add this to the set, but just it's gonna be one of the last ones. I don't know. Now again, I'm gonna go with this beautiful yellow color that I call radioactive green. And what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be creating those really radioactive scales. See, right there. So I'm going there. I'm gonna go past right here and see. It's gonna make everything like more shiny, more pop. It's making the scales to pop up a little more. And that's what we want, right? We want the scales to pop out a little more. Now I'm gonna blend with this color. I'm gonna blend a little bit right here. not pressing too hard. I remember I'm pressing too hard. But I'm gonna be pressing harder on this corner. Also, darker. See? Now I have a beautiful, beautiful balanced piece without doing a lot of blending. Which you know, by nature, all the colors blend. We haven't get there yet. So I like that. I like that. So what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be putting the color right here. And I'm gonna be going. I need to get one of these. I need to buy one of these jar piece. I'm gonna go again over the scales, and now you wanna see a difference. But I'm gonna accentuate this hole right here. Slowly, okay? I wanna make mistakes. Okay? We want to keep it dark. I want to go to the dark side of the colors. Now I'm gonna go scale by scale. I'm going to provide that freshness. So right here, for example, I'm going to put this. Then I'm going to go. Some people that don't use markers over the colors. You know what? It's the art. The art, they're allowed to do whatever they want. And that's okay, you know. As I mentioned, see, right here, I want a little bit. So I'm creating kind of like irregular scales right now. Why? Because I don't want the scales to be perfectly straight. I want them to have, see, a lot of, see, I want them to be different from each other. So I'm gonna go careful with the edges, and then I'm gonna go like this. Add some kind of like right here. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'll go exactly where the lines. See? And also, even that I don't want to make mistakes. If I make a mistake, see, I don't fight it. It is the piece of art coming alive. And that's okay. No. I saw a section that I want to make it dark. Sometimes you need to go 3 times over that something. And it's okay. With one pass you cannot make it. Make it 2, 3 passes right here. For example, I make it a little thicker. And it's also okay. Now I'm going with this. Remember, you need to go with a really steady hand. But if you're making mistakes, guys, it's okay. It's always room to improve, right? Now, I'm gonna go, for example, right here. I'm gonna start adding on the corners a little more. A little more. See, like that. A little more. Why? Because I wanna make sure it comes from really dark. Tap on this section right here. I may go a little darker, right? But not that crazy. See? That's enough. By the way, I may go a little darker on this corner right here. See? Just a little darker. Guys, it doesn't matter what you do. What it matters is that you like it. If you like it, the process is complete. Why? Because remember, you trying to make sure that you like something that you're doing. You always wanna like the work you do. Right? See, I'm going just a little darker right here. And it is okay. It is okay. It is okay to go over the places that you wrote, that you paint already, because you want to put more color. Even though that more color is not always more beautiful, by the way. But if you put in a controlled way, you can create beautiful result. Now, I don't want to go that crazy right here, but I want to put some blue right here, visible, visible, oh, visible. Oh, guys, you haven't noticed something. I haven't touched this section right here, but the thing is, I don't want to touch it yet. But for example, after I finish everything, I will do something like this. I want to make sure the dark spot, because this has to be sections. It needs to be darker, see, like that. See, that's it. Not much more. Now I ain't touching these ones right here. Why? Because they actually like the light coming from the stars. I put in the effect that I want those. I'm touching it right here, for example, right here. And just a little bit. You see, I'm not going that crazy. That's it. You have to make sure that it got some kind of depth into it. But that's all about it. Now, I may add this right here. It's gonna be PC 926 from some of the scales, because I want to make sure, for example, like even that I love this yellow, like the bonnet red, you know, the mix between red and yellow. The actual color of the dragon is actually red, it's not yellow. Yellow is the light that is producing, the light that produces. And see, see, see. Just making sure I integrate that yellow right here. But it needs to be, it doesn't have to be everywhere. But I put it back where it belongs, right? Let's put some stuff where it belongs. Remember this, never whatsoever pressing hard. Now, by the way, I don't want to work twice, so I don't want to go over the black line, so I gotta get rid of the top. Enter. This beautiful yellow. Actually, it's not yellow, it's actually it's red, but once you mix it with the yellow, it creates this beautiful orange. Like Eminem said, orange storage. That guy's a genius, by the way. Eminem, one of my favorite rappers out there. He can say anything and it will sound good, because he have the talent to say so, and to say it in a way that nobody else said it before. So now, see what I like? I'm going darker some sections. Why? Because I need to have some kind of definition. And it is okay to go darker. Come to the dark side. But not everywhere, just a little bit. Sometimes I go back a little bit and I said to myself, okay, where do I need to go darker? Okay, obviously, for example, right here, it is one of those sections that is okay to go darker, especially coming from this wall right here. You need to see a different triangle color. This one also needs to be a little darker, as I did right there. Put some also here, but always we wanna be careful that we don't darken too much the color. Why? Because it needs room to breathe. Now, if you want a dark color, you can always go to this. Remember, this is actually black noir here, but we don't want to overdo it. So, then again, that's it. See what I mean? That's it. That's it. Because even though we have see, that's it. Now this one right here, I'm gonna put some. I'm gonna go really darker here, here, close to the tip of the actual scalp, and then sections like this. See? Also here, right? Because we want to create depth. Depth is very important. Muy importante. I've been talking English in the whole videos, but you know, guys, I'm Cuban, and I should talk some Spanish, right? Also, como cubano allá afuera, guys, como Latino. Hopefully you guys like it also. Como Latino, mi cubano, panas míos, con mis amigos, los que nunca me han de apoyar. Shout out for Aramis. Shout out for Raul. Shout out for Ayonai. Shout out for those that never failed me. Also, a special shout out for my dad. My dad is always like it doesn't matter how many mistakes I make, he's always by my side. You know what? When I was younger, I used to think that was his obligation, but you know what? I see many dads not doing the right thing, you know? So that's how I know that I got an amazing dad. Now, he's not perfect by any means, but he's a nice dad. See, I'm creating depth, you know? So I'm creating depth without going too dark. Because the point is not going dark, it's actually creating depth. See? Creating depth here. But you can use you can do this the same way in many different ways. I'm just using this color. Remember, I will never do what I'm supposed to do. I'll do what feels right. And if something feels right, I will do it. Even if it is detrimental to myself, I don't care. Guys, what's right is right, and that's it. Always do what's right. You don't want to be the other guy, you always want to be the guy to do what's right. Not also know that a lot of people in my family are discovering about this channel. So shout out to them. See? Um, for the moment, I'm pleased with that section. See what I mean? Now, if I want to go crazy on it, which I will, I always want to go crazy on it. Let me see how many seconds. So 25 minutes. Oh man, I should be good. What I will do, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna get the acrylics ready for deployment. So I'm just showing you guys, for example, like what colors to use, right? Now, remember, as I mentioned, you don't have to do it as I do it. You have to do it as you do it, right? We don't want to go crazy on it. We just want to do it. That's it. No. It is about time that I don't touch this anymore. This section, I don't want to mess up the colors. I don't want to mess up the depth. So I'm going to leave it that way. So I'm going to leave that section this way. I may add, now that I'm noticing, more red because I want to make it a little more vibrant. And that's about it, guys. See? Right here. Let's go. That's it. You know, like a little bit. Now I'm pressing on the paper now a little bit. It doesn't make any difference because I did it before. But I just want to make those reds to stand out a little more. That's it. Now, I'm gonna pause this video. I'm gonna actually jump to acrylics and we're gonna go from there, okay? Now guys, with the acrylics, I'm gonna be using, let me see, yellow, red, white, and a little bit of blue. Now, I'm gonna put the acrylics right here so you see exactly what I'm using. Now, why am I choosing these colors? By the way, this is my special. I'm using these colors because they look amazing. And also they give me the color that I want to be. Now I'm not using, guys, you're gonna see right here, for example, like I'm just gonna pick a little bit of that. That's it. I ain't going crazy. Like, and this is what we're gonna be mixing colors right here. So this one right here, just a little bit, right? I ain't going that crazy. So okay. That's it. I am putting a lot of acrylic. Remember, this is not meant to be an acrylic paint. This is meant to be color pencil, but you know, the acrylics, I'm using metallic colors and they creating for me what I need to do. They create those beautiful colors. I want to see on this piece. Now, missing red. No, red. I'm just gonna be using a little bit. Now, let's see. See what I mean? Like, you don't have to follow anything in life. You just gotta do whatever feels right and do it, and that's it. So I'm gonna be using, for example, this sponge right here. And it doesn't matter, guys. I'm gonna mix it. I think I put too much on. I want it lighter. Blue. See? I'm gonna be putting some red into. No, what are we doing right here? We actually creating kind of like a magenta dark color, but I'm not gonna miss the whole thing. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna be cleaning with pincel, and I'm gonna be applying just a little bit. Not so much, just a little bit right here, for example. Just a little bit. I'm touching up here. I don't wanna go crazy. Just a little bit. Why? Because I'm trying to create contrast. Okay? And the feeling that we have different colors. Now I'm gonna go with the magenta, my camera greenish. You know what I mean? And in the darkest spots, I'm gonna be creating these dots right there. They're gonna be little dots, right? So you don't need to go. Right? Yeah, that's it. See, like you painting stars. Why is that? Because we're creating texture. You're not going crazy, right? Yeah. That's it. A little bit, you know. And by that, we're just creating a little bit of texture and depth. Believe it or not, it does make a lot of difference. So, there. Guys, I had to take a break, but I'm back. So the reason I'm back is because after analyzing these colors right here, I didn't like this, so I decided to go with something else. What do I mean by something else? So I'm gonna be using a little bit of yellow, actually pure yellow, metallic yellow, and I'm going to be going in the actual light areas right here, like this one right here. What I'm trying to accomplish with that, I'm trying to accomplish um, depth. Also, remember, light travels from the lightest areas, like this one right here, to the darkest, like that one. But I don't want to put that on darkest. I'm gonna put it just on the light areas. Why? Because that's gonna make the piece to pop out a lot. See, like this right here, just a little bit, not much. Just a little bit, like that. And see, it's gonna make the piece to pop out a little more because it's creating, as you may see, it's creating a lot of definition between light. So, by using acrylics, guys, I didn't like that one. For example, what do I do if I don't like that one something that I do? For example, I go with a pink color, right? And I just go over. See, I spread it around a little bit, not much. You know what I mean? I don't do much to it. And I go back, but I think it needs it, right? What I think it needs it to make sure those scales, that shine comes out, you know? By the way, that was the same process I did with this one right here. It's not only color pencil, it's a little bit of acrylic, but that's what that's why I chose the thickest possible color paper, because I know since the beginning that I was gonna be using, see, a lot of different media on this piece. Now, nothing wrong with doing just with color pencils, but By using different media, we enrich the art. See what I mean? Like that. And by the way, once you're doing this, you gotta be really careful when you press, because you don't want to go over the dark lines. You can always go over the dark lines, but see what I mean? You want to give some time for the piece to actually do like not on. See, I didn't like this one right here. This one right here, no, I don't like that. So I'm bringing back the red on it. I like that better. Now, for example, with this, I'm gonna be pressing what it needs to, right? It needs to, right? Because remember, we're trying to accomplish texture on the scales, and that's the way to apply texture. Now, acrylics are really messy, so always be careful when you put them. I'm gonna put it in this case right there on the pencil. I'm gonna put it to that side. From now on, I'm gonna be focusing on this right here, sky, because remember this one and this one are different horns, so I'm gonna be start working this one towards darkness. So I'm making this one. See what I mean? We're talking about two different horns right here, so that's what I'm working. See? Now, at this point, they are divided. You can see that they are two different horns. I don't know if you noticed at the beginning, but like that's why you gotta be paying close attention to it. And working slowly. Now, acrylic, as you see, it dries. Since I'm putting just a little layer right there, it dries really, but really fast. So I'm doing one with this light blue right here, because from this point on, I have just gotta be really careful. See? The colors I'm gonna be choosing. It's gonna be so careful. I'm gonna be using something else. I'm gonna be using blue right here. See? Looks beautiful, guys. I wish you could see this in real time. Looks beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I want to make this horn, instead of coming from here, come from here. Why? Because it gives more personality to this guy right here. Now, at this point, it's almost over. I just need to enrich it with the dark here. But as I mentioned, that's good. Doing that, that's good. But this guy right here is gonna bring another life to it. So you wanna see now. See? So it gives a lot of definition. A lot of definition to that area. And then I'm gonna go with this really dark blue right here. I'm gonna start with pressing, but not too hard. Remember, not too hard, because I want to make this guy a little darker, just a little bit, just a little bit, a little darker. So as you notice, there's a lot of work to be done, a lot of work that I do in order to bring something alive, to bring it forward. Yep. So that's about it. So now, yeah, so darker, lighter, right? Now I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna be working. What time is it? Oh, 7 minutes, yeah. I'm gonna start applying color to the moon. Yeah, this is the part everybody will be like, yeah. Those moon lovers out there, this is for you guys. I will actually apply this right here. Why? Because I'm gonna start darkening the moon, but without going that dark, right? Welcome to the dark side. So I'm gonna be applying a lot of red, but I'm just gonna go slowly. Now I'm at the point that I'm not only, see what I mean? This is what I wanted to do, that actually define the line to see what colors that I did the moves, and then I'm gonna be doing this. This is only gonna be the first layer because I wanna finish, guys. So you notice I'm gonna finish now. From now, this section right here. Milky Way, all I will do here. So you gotta do it in sections. Why? Because you need to start working the colors. Why? Because I cannot do this and then find out, oh, for example, I'm painting this right here and then find out, oh, I should have made it lighter. Why? Because it's actually getting lighter this way right here. And I need to work the light. The background can be applied. See what I mean? I cannot rearrange, so that's why I work the background in layers, different layers. I did this section is done, but I'm gonna go crazy. See what I mean? But now I'm building all those beautiful reds right here. But see, I ain't going that much darker. Only what I need to. What I mean by only what I need to, you wanna see. As I mentioned, remember the paper is gonna tell me what it wants. What it wants. And it seems to me that this is what the paper wants. Hopefully I'm recording in the right spot. Okay, yes, I'm working there. Yeah, I'm there. Make sure I'm not working outside the camera, that's but now I don't have nobody to record myself, so I need to actually do that, which I think everybody does, like in YouTube. Like most of the starting channels, they actually do this work themselves. And guys, shut up with those channels, little channels like mine. They're starting this kind of profession. And kind of like this career, because this is a career. Being a YouTuber is not meant for everyone, let me tell you that. But also, being an artist is not meant for everyone. Now, once I do the moon, I'm gonna let it go again with the dark, and I'm gonna make that dragon pop out. So for now, I'm just gonna do this layer right here. Slowly apply layer. See right here, that's it. After layer of reds. No, I ain't pushing too hard. I don't know if you notice, I ain't pushing too hard. Just going with the flow, see what I mean? Like, I'm just going with it to see what the paper takes me. Right, it is kind of beautiful. It's kind of beautiful to see what the moon is showing. So I need to see what the moon is showing me right now. And I want to make sure that I do it properly. Now, I haven't drawn a lot of craters. For example, this is gonna be a crater. Some craters right here. But I haven't gone crazy on the actual craters yet. So I know for a fact this is actually darker right here. And this is lighter. But I don't necessarily know exactly what I'm gonna be like doing right here. So yeah, so as you see, I'm just going with the flow. This guy right here looks like a monkey with wings. Huh? Which is kind of funny. A monkey with wings. Here we go. By the way, that section is done. Now, I want to test something. Remember, I said to you that I will actually like draw as I go. Now, looking at it, I feel like something is missing. And you know what? I want to test it to see. I want to test my theory. And what I think is missing, believe it or not, which you want to see it now, is art doesn't have. It's really subjective. You don't have to do it a certain way. So what I think is missing, guys, is this right here. I'm not talking about green. What do I mean by green? You're gonna see what I mean by green right now. Some spots. I'm gonna put some little dots. Why? And the thing is, why not? Remember this? As I mentioned, why not? See what I mean? It looks beautiful. You don't have to do red shit. See what I mean? Like the red dragon looks nice, but see? While looking at the paper, I noticed that by applying some green, this is too much. Some green to it. I'm gonna create a more rich texture. Especially right here. Right there. Why? Because our dragon has been a bad boy. And it's been around mountains. And you know what happened to animals, like for example like tortoises? When they live on the water, they get moss on them. And what? Guess what? You don't know what this trap has been. So as I mentioned, people say, no, let's do it this way, let's do it that way. You can do whatever you want on the art, my friends. As long as it looks good, that's it. See what I mean? I'm applying something into it. Why not? No, not everywhere, of course. But doing it like this a little bit, it gives the imagination like a lot of room. See? A lot of room to go and say, oh, where is it coming from? See? Also, it tricks the eye. There is only no one color. It's actually a bunch of colors. A bunch of colors. And you know what? I messed up right here. But it's okay. See, I don't care. I messed up. I come back. I erase it. That's the beauty of using art and actually small pencils like this one right here. Because you just like apply a little bit of color. That's it. See what I mean? That's it. Just a little bit color. You don't need to apply that much. See? Also right here, apply a little bit. So, see? By the way, as of right now, my second video officially should be on YouTube. Let me see. It's public already. Yes, I'm watching the computer as we speak right now. So I'm gonna be applying. Break it right here. Right here. See? It brings right here like that. Why? Because by doing so, remember, I'm creating alive. He's alive. It should be, you know, like that. You don't have to do it way. Whenever you do art, you're supposed to work in different ways. You know what I mean? Then this. Now, see, you don't have to overdo it. Just a little bit. Whenever it needs it, go ahead, put it. It's art. As I mentioned, art is supposed to be free. Free. You're supposed to enjoy. And that's it, see? Now with those little greens right there, I don't know if the video can see it. It becomes truly alive. And I'm moving the acrylics right now. I am putting any more acrylics. So guys, you need to know where to stop it. See what I mean? Sometimes you need to know when to stop and when to continue. At this point, I want to be working on this section right here and this section. So that's it for today. But I want to work some more there. So now I'm going to start putting a lot of color here. So it's going to go. Now I want to leave room for this, right? To play different colors. I'm going crazy with colors right now. But also, I'm not shy. I will apply it as needed. I want it to darken that moon, but slowly. See what I mean? Remember, I apply this one, and then I'm applying dark purple. That's it. That's how I'm making this color. And obviously, what was it here already, which is actually a mixed with yellow. Now, in the other face of the dragon right here, it's gonna be a lighter moon, by the way. I don't know. You know what? I cannot promise you anything because I say it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that, and then change my mind. Which I shouldn't. You know what? I wasn't thinking of putting green on dragon. But I decided to put green. Remember this? A moon. This moon right here that we're seeing is not our moon because we don't have dragons. So maybe this piece is not happening on our galaxy. What? Maybe it's happening in a different galaxy. So see, I'm creating cradles right now. Because all moons are cradles. Which I think they have. Maybe not, maybe yes. If someone you out there knows a little bit of astrophysics, let me know on the comments if all the moons have cradles. So I'm gonna be stopping here. So I'm gonna be stopping right here. So whatever is happening now is happening opening right here. So I'm taking my time, guys. Believe it or not, this is my first time doing a moon. Also, it's my first time doing a piece like this size. I usually do smaller pieces. You know what? I said I had never seen a piece that size, and I think it will cool. It will look really cool. Now, guys, remember this. I'm gonna put it here, and then I'm gonna go with yellow again. Why? Because I want to be aware of my surroundings. What do I mean by that? That means that I'm doing a little bit of blending to see how it goes. How the paper. Remember, I'm just doing it with you guys. I haven't planned anything. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna be planning, I'm gonna be practicing first before I do this. No. I'm going with the flow. Whatever feels good, it feels good. I will do it. I will do it. So here we go. And you start getting a little bit and to see how it reacts. I like it. But it could be better. Now, guys, this is gonna be it for today. So remember, I finished completely this section right here. I did a little bit of portion. You know what? Let's do something because you've been with me a few hours now. So, as I mentioned, this is what I'm gonna be doing. Let me show you what I want to do. I'm gonna be, see? See? Kind of. This is what's gonna happen. See? To all the R. See? I'm gonna darken those sections. So the R comes more forward to the. Now, what am I gonna be doing to darken the moon on the cradles? I'm gonna show you guys in the next episode. For now, it's a goodbye, but I'll be back. So next time, we're gonna be working on finishing the moon. This section right here, these little birds. Actually, those are dragons, but I'm gonna be showing you how to put actually stars right here on the Milky Way, and then finishing this section. So we're gonna finish all this right here. So be ready because it's gonna be a long video next video. Now, time lapse. I guess I could do that, but the thing is, if I do a time lapse, you see the actual pace that I'm doing this. It's gonna take forever, guys. Now that we're here, I'm gonna be adding a little bit of definition. Just a little bit. See? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. So a little bit of definition. See, like, you don't have to go crazy since. By the way, this is actually like 3.5 inches right here. It's not small at all. But compare to the specs. See, little stuff. We just want to make him pop out a little bit, but not too much. Remember, he's a subject, but he's not the main subject, so he's not gonna get all the glory in this one. No. See? That's it. Just a little bit pop out right here. That's it. The eyes. That's good. That's cool. That's it. See? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You don't need to go crazy. Those lights are. Gonna put some acrylic into it. But that's it. That's it. You don't want to go crazy on it. See what I mean? We want to make sure that that we know. Actually, I shouldn't do this right here, but you know what? Let me try. Let me try. If I like it, I keep it. But you know what? Let's make it a little bit smaller. That's more like that. That's it. See? Now, well, see? Mhm. That's it. See? That brings the subject a little bit more to the front, but we don't want that much. See? He's important, but not that important. So, see you in the next video, guys. Hopefully, you enjoyed this one. As always, it's a pleasure working for you guys. Walking you through what I'm working on this piece. Um, Hopefully, it's not going slow. I know that some of you may want to this finish faster, but you know, if I do faster, what's the fun of it? You know, let's take time. Let's do it properly. You know. As always, subscribe, please. Always subscribe. Give me those thumbs up. Look that ugly thumb of mine. You know, it's actually look like a tortoise. You know. It's okay. You know, let's finish this together. Hopefully, you know, my goal is for the end of this piece to have at least 1,000 subscribers. So I can start the next piece. Which I don't know, if I get 1,000 subscribers, you know what? I'm gonna upgrade the table. I'm also gonna upgrade the paper, and I'm gonna do one piece. And guys, you don't even imagine what I have planned for the next piece. It's gonna be huge. Also, gonna be the ideas behind it are gonna be amazing. I'm gonna put a lot of work into it because I want to do the best I can. Because always do the best, or you don't do anything. That's my main saying right there. Always do the best you can. Do it. See, I'm putting more right now. There is no such thing as too much. If it needs it, it needs it, you know? If it makes it stand out, why not, you know? It's like, hey, that's it for today. So hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you enjoy it. I love it. See you in the next video.